Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Jason Sterling. This is the RM Cascadian. We are just pulling up to go live here on my channel. I'm just making sure that we are in fact live. See what we can, and pulling up my chat here. I do try to watch chat as I am streaming. I am notoriously bad sometimes about missing like when you first put something down. Eventually I do catch it and I will respond. Just checking the volume there. I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Now today, let's see here. That's better. Okay, so today we're still working here on our sort of Thai urban street scene, right? Sort of an urban street scene in Thailand or sort of Southeast Asia. I mean, I keep saying Thailand, and I definitely have been looking at like Thai communities for inspiration on this particular build. This is, of course, inspired by the upcoming For Rent pack from the Sims team, Maxis for the Sims 4. We're going to look today into Debug. Now, I have looked in Debug a little bit. I found these fence lines here, which I thought could maybe work in a pinch as power lines running from, say, you know, this sort of power post here, this telephone post, right? Running from the telephone post, say, to a house, right? To a house or to a building or maybe to another post, right? I definitely feel like that might be an option. I grabbed several of them there. I'm not even real sure where they came from at this point. I wish I'd made a note. Maybe they're from Horse Ranch. This particular telephone pole here is from the Jungle. What was it called? Jungle Living? Jungle Adventure, maybe? I can't remember. It's from Salvadorada. That's where it's from. So we're going to look today specifically in 4 packs, and we're just going to grab everything we think might work. We're going to look at City Living, of course, Snowy Escape, Eco Living, because that's a lot of industrial stuff in it, and Journey to Batu, everybody's favorite pack. Actually, it is one of my favorite packs, and it has a ton of great sort of worn out industrial looking build buy elements, along with light fixtures, furniture, furnishing, stuff like that. So let's start. Let's start by pulling up Debug here. We're going to get like a million things, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to filter this by City Living first, right? So we'll go down here. Give me just a second here. The sound to me is a little loud for my taste. And I am going to lower it down just a bit. On my end. Hopefully you can still hear it on your end. The kind of music, you know, the background build music. I don't normally play with the in-game sound going. I usually play something else, some other sort of music or something. Now, we're looking, as we can see here, through the debug menu of City Living. Debug menu is always a literal, like absolutely literal wealth of extra items. I'm not real sure why they're not in the general catalog. I've always been a little mystified by that. They aren't, though. I mean, they're not. So there you go. They're not going to be. But there's a lot of stuff here that you can put to use, you know, in various sort of configurations. And I'm going to hope that we can come across something, maybe some telephone poles, maybe some telephone wire. I particularly would like telephone lines or electrical lines, things that look like that. that we could run from point to point, right? One thing, I think that was this. What's that do? Let me get up here where I can see it. So it's kind of a curved look. It really doesn't work for telephone lines because it is curved, but there's something right next to it here. I've seen this before and it kind of was in my head, right? When I'm thinking I should check San Myshuno, and it's this. This does look a little bit like telephone wire, a little bit. When you intersect it into, say, a post or something, we'll just put it here as an example. That's not a telephone post, of course, or an electrical post. It's just some sort of maybe parking post or something. But you can see you lift it up here and you do have this sort of impression, at least, of telephone wires or electrical wires. I do think that's part of what I'm missing in the new world when they showed the trailer. The new world was not super impressive to me. And part of it was I didn't feel like it felt very authentic. And I think that's part of the reason why. Real life, in Southeast Asia, a lot of times it's kind of crowded, right? It's kind of crowded. There's a lot of stuff going on. If you look up any pictures of Thailand, except for maybe the most, the newest, most luxury type of stuff, you're going to see a ton of different, like lines strung everywhere. I'm going to put some of these signs down here real quick. Telephone lines, power lines, great masses of them strung everywhere because they've really just retrofitted all of these old buildings on an as-need type of basis, right? Let's see here. Aha! Here we go. Now we've got that, but here's a telephone post right here. Kind of big. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. But we've got this, so this looks good. I love the way it's got the wire in the back kind of holding it in place. So we're going to put that down here. Could maybe even be a little bit smaller. For now, we're going to leave it at that level. And then we've got this particular unit here. And again, if we kind of spread these apart and we bring this wiry looking stuff over here and make it a little bit bigger. Raise it up here a bit. Kind of intersect like that. Is this going to be perfect? No, but it's not bad. It is, because I don't think we have any sort of power lines in game. Like true power lines. I'm going to look, in the Snowy Escape pack. I know there were power lines through the neighborhood in that pack. But while I think there might be some telephone posts and stuff, I don't think that there are actual lines. Okay, so we've got this for now, though. That looks pretty good there. And again, if we had something like this kind of leading over, like say to this house here, kind of intersect there maybe or something. I mean, you're kind of getting an idea, right? Kind of gives us at least a general feel for what it's supposed to represent, what it is supposed to represent. Let's keep looking through here and see what other things we have. It doesn't just have to be telephone wire, of course. Some of this stuff is actually also in the regular menu. And now we're starting to get into the regular menu. We're starting to get into just the stuff that you can build with the regular build by menu. Now, one thing I'm thinking of real quick while I am in here, since we're looking at City Living, let's go down here. Because there's something that did come with City Living that I think I'm going to use here in place of that chain link fence. I like the chain link fence, and I did see several examples of this sort of thing on balconies, again, while researching videos and pictures and just all of that sort of stuff. I did see a lot of kind of wired in buildings like that or balconies. But normally it would be like you're going to have your regular balcony railing, which in this case I'm using a pony wall down here. And then the chain would have been built on top of it, the chain link. We can't do that with fencing in game, but there are some, if I can find them. I obviously went past it or they don't exist in this particular pack. I'm sure it's in this pack. I just have to find it. It's like a screen and it's like a pierced screen. It's got a design in it. And I know it's in here. Let's keep looking. I wonder how I missed. I must have just not been looking here. Let's see. We could maybe use that though. And this. I wasn't going to go really through the regular menu. Like I said, it just kind of hit me. Oh yeah. There it is. Oh yeah, I'm looking for something kind of like this. Let's kind of take a look at the different colors it comes in. And the great thing about this is I can just insert it into the pony wall, so it's going to kind of give me the overall look I'm looking for. I'm going to try that real quick here. Let's see. We'll take the city living designation off, but that's okay. We're really kind of done with that anyway. There we go. Okay, so we've kind of put it back like the other balconies here, but we're going to insert this screen in it. Kind of give us the effect of, you know, kind of privacy barrier, kind of security barrier here, like so, right? So that looks pretty good, and that does definitely gives us the look we're looking for. And keeps the whole building looking uniform, like they didn't rip out this part of their balcony to put in chain link fencing. Right. Now we're going to go back into debug and we're going to look. I think we'll look at Snowy Escape first in this case, or I mean next in this case, and then Eco Living and then Bat2. Although Eco Lifestyle is next on the list. So okay, let's do Eco Lifestyle next here. We're again anything that just might work. I am kind of focused a little bit on these sort of power lines, industrial sort of stuff like that. But anything that might work, like this might work, right? Like a pile of trash. I will say this, you know, in looking through videos of Thailand, even in the poor areas, I don't really recall seeing just a ton of garbage everywhere. I mean, you might see some bags of garbage waiting, obviously, for a pickup, but I don't really recall seeing like just tons of garbage just dumped in the streets. Now, it could be that there are definitely those areas, and maybe these YouTubers or whatever didn't go into those areas. Okay, I get that. But I for sure didn't really see it. And some of the areas were definitely, you know, this type of building, a little more working class, a little more lower class. So, you know, they definitely weren't like luxury areas where you're going to expect regular garbage pickup. Scanning. I've already got one of these, of course. We could grab some of these pipes. Let's see here. That is a debug item. I think I've got those pipes, though, as just a build mode item. And I think we've got this as a build mode item too. But I'm going to go ahead and put them out there just so kind of conscious of them, you know. Now, I'm going to put this out here too. So I'm kind of conscious of it, mostly because I think it could be for maybe a derelict apartment over here, something like that, where it just no one's done anything with it in a long time. I did see a review, you know, like an apartment review where that was basically the case, you know, and they walked in and the person who owned the apartment, or at least was managing that day, they're like, oh, nobody's lived here in a long time. And it really looked like nobody had lived there in a really long time. Let's see. I'm not going to use that. It almost works as a cistern, you know, for water on the roof. but I don't think we're going to, not that either. Let's keep looking through here. So I thought, yeah, maybe we'll do a build that hasn't, like an apartment that hasn't been used in a long time. Grab us some tires here. Oh, I do like this. Might grab this here. Because I was thinking of kind of blocking off the end of this street. So that does kind of work. And then we're just getting into our regular build mode stuff here. So I'm going to grab this old-fashioned TV while I'm at it, just so I don't forget. We'll put it over here. Again, I might put that in the derelict apartment, right? Some old TV. We could use this dumpster in a few places. Again, I think this dumpster, though, well, this is regular build mode, isn't it? Yeah. So see, I think it's in build mode, and it is. So we're going to put that out there. And then we can switch to Snowy Escape. Let's see what we've got to work with here in Debug. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not, this might work for something. I'm not seeing anything for like power lines, but we might be able to use that. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to go ahead and put it there because I do want to think about it. Now, this definitely is something right up our alley. Big transformer. Here's another version of it. I guess just another color. We're going to make it a little bit smaller there. We'll put that there. We might use those. We might not. Again, so far, I'm not seeing much here for power lines. Actually, I got to go real quick. I hear, this is a work day for me. Not work day, a weekday. I should hear someone at the front door. I'll be right back. Okay. Let me put this back on here. Okay. Now I'm back. All right. So, if we can avoid any more interruptions. Okay, we're back. We're getting into buy mode here. I am going to go ahead and grab one of these vending machines. I might even, I think one's probably enough. Let's set it there. Those are in the regular buy mode catalog, and I will go through the buy mode catalog build by at some point, like the whole thing. I'm gonna grab a couple of things just to kind of remind me of what I'm doing here. But that's kind of it for for debug. We kind of went through it pretty quick there. I guess that's all we're really going to find. Let me look at this. No. So that will leave us with Journey to Batu next. This could that could almost work as power lines, right? The power lines would actually be quite a bit, they would dip quite a bit more than this. They wouldn't be so straight across as this looks here. But that does kind of still look like, a chain, right? Doesn't really look that real. I might put this over here and I don't know, it's kind of sticking, maybe like that. And then see if I can find a bucket or something to put underneath it. We'll see. I do like that tree. That is a debug item from Snowy Escape. And that is probably going to just be it. Let's look at Batu. Batu should have a lot of different stuff here. It has a lot of very cool, and like I said, industrial type of stuff, worn out stuff. Let's drop down. We got some robots, lightsabers. That's pretty cool. I think we can go with that. Let's grab that, and I'm going to put it, I think, up here in his house. This is the Birdman of Bangkok's house here. He raises chickens on the roof to sell to the restaurant on the ground. Let's see. What else do we have? Now, Batu, a lot of this stuff that I'm looking for actually probably is in the regular build mode catalog. It's not actually in debug. You can find it pretty easily just in build mode. I think we might try using this over here. Like so. We could maybe put that over here as well. Batu bowl. Actually, that's kind of cool. Let's grab that real quick. I just don't want to forget it. It would be a really cool kind of decorative item, maybe in an apartment, on a shelf. This could maybe work here on the back of this building. Maybe. As just a decorative item, kind of like that. As though it was retrofitted, at a different sort of time. For now, I'm gonna leave that there for now. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. Doesn't look too bad. Do. We might put that there. Kind of an industrial looking piece of equipment. We also have this, which is really cool. This would make a great rooftop cistern. I've already got a couple of rooftop cisterns from the horse ranch pack up here. They are actually like a grain type feeder. But I might put that one up there just in case. Maybe we'll use that one too. Got a bucket here. Let's put that somewhere. I think this is starting to get into actual just standard build mode stuff here. That's okay though. I'm going to scan through it real quick. See what we can use from back to some old and worn out stuff. This is one of my favorite pieces. I just grabbed that. Yeah, I don't know. It looks kind of like a radiator to me, right? They also can use wall-mounted hot water heaters in a lot of these kind of tropical climates. It just heats the hot water on demand. I actually use the same thing at my home. It's on a larger scale than you would find in the tropics a lot. But it doesn't keep hot water in a tank and keep it always hot. It's just when you go to use it and the water comes into the house and it heats it up super fast, puts it through. And I've used that in my business for a long time, probably about, 23 years or so now. That's not quite on the wall there. I'm going to figure out something to do with that. I thought it was on the wall, but it's not on the wall. Is this on the wall? That's on the wall. So maybe we could take this and we'll put it over here and kind of give the impression that this is holding that up. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it in the long term. Got a couple of these. Actually, this would be really great, I think. Down here where the restaurant's going to be. I've been trying to figure out a way to disguise the backs of those televisions. And I think using tool mod, I'm going to go ahead and put these garage doors here. And then using tool mod, I can pull them out a little bit so that they just, stick out past the backs of those televisions. Now the backs there, that doesn't look entirely bad. There's a certain realism to it. I mean, you kind of imagine if we take something like, well, not that. I was thinking that, but something that's kind of like a screen, like a vent, and we put it over it, we might be able to dress it up and make it look a little less new and a little bit like, again, it's kind of a retrofitted sort of spot on this building. But the back does just look way too new, right? It looks way too brand new. So we're going to stick with the plan of moving these garage doors out a little bit. In fact, I'm going to try that right now. I kind of wish I had just left that alone though, so I could finish going through the Batu stuff without, researching again. But okay. Let's see. We will move it. We're just going to barely move it. So as I recall, yeah, there's my Y zone. It's my X zone. So we don't want to move it on the Y axis at all. So Y will be 0. We do want to move it on the X axis, but just a little bit. So we're actually moving it away from X. That's the other thing. So if you're moving it away from X, X is over here on the grid, then you put a negative in front of it. If we were moving towards X or Y, we wouldn't have to use a negative. But we're going to use a negative, and we're going to just barely move it. We're going to move it just 0.1% there. or 1/10 of a grid zone there. I said 0 on the y-axis, so we'll hit OK. And you can see that worked out really actually quite well. I like that. We'll go ahead and do the same over here. Move it out a little bit. And there we go. Then we got something more like 2 loading zones there. I might put something here to disguise this even further. I don't know. We could put lighting there or something. We're going to come up with something to disguise that a little bit further. Go back in here to our build mode. We're going to look at everything real quick and filter it by Batu. I'm going to finish going through the Batu just build by catalog. Because again, we've got a lot of stuff like this too. Let me get over here where I got some space to set this stuff down. For a street scene in Bangkok, again, we're looking at a lot of clutter, right? A lot of different packages, a lot of things going on. We're going to put some of that out there. We could put something like this out here. We've got these particular crates and stuff. I think this is really cool. In fact, that works. That looks like that would work really good up here for the chicken guy, right? The Birdman of Bangkok. Because it looks a little bit like crates you might buy a chicken in to put in your chicken coop, right? And he doesn't just sell the chickens. Sometimes he just sells eggs, right? So he does keep some chickens. Doesn't just raise for the meat. Sometimes he does eggs as well. I'm going to put a couple of these over here. Let's kind of orient them a little bit. Like they're just kind of haphazardly put out. This is a pretty cool wardrobe. I'm going to use it in one of the apartments. So we'll just stick it in there. We got a lot of this bar back stuff. I don't think I'm going to use most of it simply because my bar is kind of a nightclub over here, and it's a lot more sort of slick and stylish and shiny and new. We could do some of these plants, though. Let's pull some plants out. Like so. Over here at this urban holdout cottage, we're going to do quite a few plants over here. So a lot of stuff like that, right? And then we'll put some junk in the yard because it's kind of a junk dealer. And we could put, if I find something, I want to put something like a pot around that so that it has the impression of growing out of a pot instead of growing out of the ground. But I don't have to. We could give it the impression of growing out of the ground. We could do that. Let's just see what we come up with. I have a pot in mind, and it's somewhere in Debug. But that's like saying it's somewhere lost in a jungle. Just go look for it, right? There's so much stuff in Debug. I don't know if I want to be trying to find it. But I might break down and decide it's worth trying to find. We could put these sort of things here out, maybe. Put that there, maybe. Again, something left over from the past. It's been here a very long time. I love all of this sort of stuff. Like, I love stuff that is worn out. I love stuff that has been used. I like new stuff, too, and I do a lot of new builds. But I love stuff that's worn out. I love stuff that's been used up. And a lot of times we don't have a lot of that. You know, it's gotten better. It has gotten a lot better over the years. So there is definitely more of it now than there used to be. It used to be like the whole game felt like it was just brand new, you know. But so, you know, it has gotten better and there is that. I'm going to put that there. Oh, that actually fits great. I love that. Okay, so, you know, and it looks a little broken, like where people come into the door there, which would be the highest traffic area. Do we have any others? We got that that's kind of broken. So we're going to go with that. We're going to stick with that. That actually fits there really, really well. I totally do love that. And then we're going to just grab some regular concrete and put it underneath it. I might change that. The concrete looks awfully kind of new. Let's try sidewalk slabs. Does that make it better? No, it don't. about this? High style. There we go. That makes it look a little bit rougher, a little bit more kind of used up. This is actually our lobby for our apartment building, right? Got kind of a reception desk here. This is where the manager lives back here. We're going to kind of disguise that somehow. The manager lives back here. I need to put a little door in for them now that I think about it. Let me go up here. A lot of this stuff will get swapped out. Obviously, I'm building this with the new pack in mind for rent. And when I get all of those assets, when that pack gets here, I'll swap a lot of this stuff out really quickly, right? And then upload it to the gallery. This is just really pre-building. Put some stone in here and in here. Now, what I decided to do with that place there, that I just put that stone down, I'm going to do this as a real estate office, you know, like in Europe. I don't know in Asia. I really don't know in Asia. But in Europe, a lot of times you'll have those real estate offices. And as you walk past, they've got all the properties in the window, right? Like pictures of them. There might be a price list over here. So that's going to be what happens. So once the new pack gets here, I will take some pictures of various properties within the new world and put them here again before upload. So, all right. So that's what that's about. Now, where was I? Let's go back into Debug. I lost something here from somewhere. I don't know what or where that came from. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't really want to I don't want to worry about it too much being lost forever. So let's put the computer here. Let's put the computer on this side if we can. I don't know that there would be a computer in this kind of apartment, you know, but maybe there would. Let's turn it this way. This way. This is the 21st century. And one thing that I kind of also don't like about the new world is it seems very retro. Like everything looks like it was built during a period of British colonialism, right? A lot of it, in fact, the main build in the trailer to me did look more like India, like a British colonial India to me, than Thailand or Bangkok or something. But yeah, I kind of like modern stuff, and I didn't see any sort of modern Southeast Asia represented, you know, like Singapore or Jakarta or Bangkok or something, where a lot of it really is new builds. It's new building, and it looks really brand new, super nice. We'll go ahead and even this sort of stuff, like I'm building, like maybe built in the 40s, 50s, 60s, or 30s even or something. Even that is a lot newer than, say, British colonialism, right? Okay, so we've got that. Let me go back to the build by catalog. That's where I was headed. We'll finish looking at Journey to Batu. You know, another good place to check might be Strangerville. I think I did check Strangerville, come to think of it. That's a really great place to check, though. For kind of older, worn out sort of things, we will look through here. Okay. I do want to take some of this stuff. Again, this little shop over here, this little urban holdout place, this cottage. I actually think of this as where the Mogwai lives, right? So it's kind of a little shop of curiosities. And so a lot of this stuff could work pretty well in there. It's kind of a junk shop, right? Kind of a junk shop, antiquities, things that you're not going to find other places. I'm put a bunch of this stuff out because I actually really do need a lot of this for that shop. Does that come in different colors? I don't think it does. No. Okay, so I need a lot of stuff for that shop. I'm going to put maybe stuff like that there. Sith Holocron. Don't open it. Don't destroy the whole world. Not when the pack first gets here anyway, right? Put this here. This sort of thing also works because, again, we can kind of make it hanging off of the fence back here. I think I'll use some of this stuff there. Might make that a little bit smaller. I love the way that looks like hanging dried herbs, right? It looks really cool. I'm going to make it a little smaller, though. Let's see here. We have some more banners. That one I think might be sufficiently dirty enough and kind of, you know, grimy enough. It might work. These look more new. Oh, wait a minute. There's that. Let's take this off. Now this is what I'm looking for right here. Real grime, real distress. That actually looks kind of vaguely Asian. You know, it's got a kind of feel like that. Let's see what else we have here. Do. That's not too bad. Ooh, that's not too bad. I like that. I've kind of gone through these before, but I have not committed them to memory. I have used these a few times. I mean, there's not a lot of call for them. I'm going to use that one, I think. I could use both. I might. I don't want to get too bogged down with the same stuff, but yeah, I could use both. You know what I would like to find, and again, I've seen these somewhere and I can't remember where. I can't remember which pack, and I don't know if I want to try to go through the whole debug catalog, but there are some manhole covers for like in the middle of the street. And I feel like I saw those not too long ago when I was building, but I can't really remember when or where. Okay, so we're going to call that good right there for now. But I would love to put in a couple of manhole covers in here. And since they're debug, I bet I can't find them. Let's see here. Manhole cover. They're not going to have that, no. Street. Maybe street. I think since they're debug, they're going to actually say debug. So let's go through here real quick. I'm going to just pull up debug, take off the filter, and I guess go down here and just try it. We'll just scan through it a little bit and see if it kind of hits me. Because it's just round disk, right? It's just round disk. It should kind of pop out, maybe. And who knows, maybe I'll see some other stuff as I'm just kind of scanning through here. I have been kind of filtering by packs to make it a little bit easier, but we can do a general overall scan, just kind of look through this and see what we've got. There is some trash. I might do that. Again, like I said, the trash I saw was typically kind of bagged up, and that is sort of bagged up there. So let's use that real quick. Already a success. Already we've had success going through debug just in general. It did work. Is that a Twinkie? It is a Twinkie. Okay, let's put this little snack cake up here. Just for later. We're going to be a little peckish later and need to have ourselves a little snack. We'll put that up there. Now, am I seeing manhole covers? I need to pay attention. I need to make sure I'm not missing it. I wonder, I didn't see it in City Living. I didn't see it in Eco Living. So, And it could be in a smaller pack. It could be like it came from a game pack. Oh yeah, not that. Okay, let's see here. And this is why I don't like doing this, because if I see stuff that works, it's really exciting, right? It's totally exciting. Oh my God, I'm so lucky. But then I end up scrolling through so much of this stuff and I'm thinking, nope. Not what I'm looking for at the moment. Wait, that's not it, is it? No. It's kind of cool though. It does have a cool look. No, I don't want to use that though. Scrolling. What's that? Piece of art. And that's the bad thing is I think these manhole covers are only, I'm going to put this somewhere though. Probably make it smaller, but I definitely want to use it. I think the manhole covers, is that a debug item? Shoot. Oh shit. I better put out several of those because they kind of look like drainage, outlets. So let's put a couple here, various sizes, so I don't forget. They can get bigger, they can get smaller. Let's go up. Okay, so let's put a couple of those out because I think I can use those in a variety of places here. What? Oh, is that it? No, that's not it. Is it? Is that it? No. That's kind of cool, though. That could work for something. Maybe. Oh, boy. Let's go ahead and put it down there. Again, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to forget it. And it is a debug item. What else do we have going on? But that could be really cool. Especially if I ended up doing a basement or maybe in that old hotel down the way that I'm working on at the end of the street. Oh, that's cool. Like that. I'm going to put that out. I think that'll come in handy somewhere. Oh, that is really cool too. I don't think I have room for that though, and not in this neighborhood. Maybe in another sort of more realistic neighborhood like this one. I've already done a luxury type of apartment building, right? I've already done that for the upcoming pack. And that's why I really wanted to do something a whole lot more realistic, like where real people, everyday people kind of live. And so far, I've come across these manhole covers. Now, I found a few other things. These are great. I'm glad I came across those. That is really, really cool. I do like those a lot. Do we have anything else here? Mm-hmm. And I just can't for the life of me remember where that would have been. Actually, I really like that. I actually need that for my luxury apartment next door there. See? See next door? This is my luxury apartment. It would be really cool to put here to cover up the vending machines and the bicycle parking or the motor scooter parking instead of that wooden one. I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to come down here and real quick, I'm going to just take a picture of it, right? I'm going to take a picture of that so that later I'll be scrolling through pictures and be like, that's right. I wanted to go find that cover for use in, let me just take it out like that, for use in that build. Now, we're still looking. We're not giving up hope. Not yet. To find these manhole covers. Now, I mentioned when I was first started streaming, there's a lot of stuff in Debug, and I think you can really tell as I'm going through here, there's a lot of stuff in Debug. Now, granted, I have every pack for the Sims and the kits, so there's a lot of stuff, but not every pack gets Debug items. I think really just expansion packs and game packs. So, like, I don't think stuff packs typically have Debug items. And I know, I'm almost positive like kits don't, right? That's really cool. I like that. What is that I'm even looking at? What is that? Just onions maybe on there? Huh. I am going to put that on the roof. I'm going to put that up there with our urban farmer, the Birdman of Bangkok. We're going to go ahead and put that up here with this stuff. Because I really do like that. I think that's very cool. clutter for his area, right? We also have, I guess those are supposed to be bags of seed. I'm going to put these in here because he wouldn't want them to get wet. So I'm going to try to figure those into his house somewhere. And when I was building this fence, of course, I did partially, like wood. The stone part is my thought that like he was really, really ambitious. And he thought he was going to haul all of the stone up all those stairs to build a nice stone fence on the roof. And he got this far and was like, fuck it. I ain't carrying no more stones up that fence. No way. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't either. I would not even have got as far as this, really. And I might scale that back and just do this entrance as what he did with this easier to build wooden area the rest of the way. And I say it could be a young lady living up here on the roof. This is kind of cool. I'm going to put this somewhere, maybe down here though again with this curiosity shop. Kind of a mascot for the outdoor there. Same thing with that little rabbit. I think I'm going to put it somewhere. I usually say he. That's where I was going with that. I usually say he because I'm a guy. And that's why. That's the only reason. And a lot of times when I play The Sims, I do play with a masculine sim. And so typically I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to put a guy here. I'm going to put a guy here. I don't always. I do put female sims into my builds and into the games and try to, try to be conscious of the fact that they might want to live up here on the roof too. What's that? A kind of a pole. Let's just keep scrolling and see if at any place we come up on. It's a lot of debug items for cottage living. I mean, a lot. What's that? That's a debug, big old wheel. I might use that somewhere. I'm going to put that over here with that kind of coggy looking thing. That's pretty cool. Let's put that somewhere. Ah, there they are. Okay, awesome. Here they are. And we actually looked through this pack. So I did look through this pack in Debug, and I missed them the first time around, just a little bit ago. Okay, let's pull up a little bit. Yay. I could really just do maybe one of them. Like right in the middle of the street, I guess. I was thinking putting one at each end, but since the street's all broken up there, I don't know if I'm going to put one at that end. We've got a couple of different, kind of looks to it. I don't want anything that's too Japanese, right? Let's see here. That doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Something like that. See, I think that's going to be a little bit too Japanese. And then we've got this one. It could work. There are a lot of mountains in Thailand, right? I could kind of see that. I'm going to stick with the flowers, though. I think the flowers are more generic, more nondescript. Okay, so now I've got this shitload of stuff out here. I don't really know what I'm going to do with all of it, right? Some of it can go here on the back of this building. Which for some reason that doesn't want to go down. Whoops. Doesn't want to go down. So I'll have to use a tool mod to lower that down a little bit further. Let's see. And it won't go any smaller than that with the in-game sort of mechanic. So again, I'll have to use tool mod to handle that. And what one thing I could use to help disguise this is, where are they here? Yeah, these drain pipes, right? And then if I put this down here kind of next to it, it looks like maybe the water drains down and kind of runs in there. Right. And we can put one on each side. So it kind of at least takes care of the side issues. Although we're still going to need to do something here in the middle. Not real sure what. We're going to have to, I'm going to have to really think on it. I could do something like that, I guess. Just kind of generally disguises it. Like so. Maybe, maybe not, but maybe. Do one that looks a little more worn out there. I don't love that, but if I didn't find anything else, I do think that would probably work. I could also do something like this, but then I feel like I need to add it other places so that, it kind of ties in, right? Now we could do that. We could add it other places because we could do it like this, kind of frame out the doors here. Kind of covers up our drainage. It didn't on that side. That's interesting, huh? Maybe it didn't over here. Maybe maybe it didn't over here. Okay. Well, so. I'm going to leave that right there for now. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of disguise that stuff in that fashion. Let's move those out of the way. I think that's it. That is it. Let's see here. Just gotta check my phone real quick. Let's see. I just heard it going off. Or some text. Okay, so that works okay back there. I don't have a real problem with that. Let's go ahead and we will make that maybe a little bit smaller. Not too small though. A lot of times vents on restaurants are like super huge in the back, so. That's kind of weird that this one doesn't go down to the ground, but this one does. Why is that? I don't know. That's kind of strange. It does over there, and it does all. Okay, so for some reason it jumps up here. Oh, I know why. It's because I've got the nightclub elevated above the grade. So, okay. I will use tool mod to lower that and maybe make it a little bit smaller. We're going to take a look at it here, in fact, real quick. Let's take a look at this. Tool, elevate. We're going to do a -1 and see if that's too far. It is a little bit too far. So let's move it back up. I used a negative there because we're moving it down. If we're going to move it back up, we would just type in the number. It's not too bad. Let's, though, I'm going to shift it up a little bit more. I almost moved it up by half, and instead I did a third, but now we're going to make it half. There we go. It actually works a lot better. And then let's see if we scale this down. Now, right now, this is at 25% of its full size because the game, The Sims 4, when you use the built-in game mechanic for making things larger or smaller, when you're making them smaller, they go down to like 3/4 size, half size, 1/4 size. That's as far as it'll go. So we can go down, though, say 10% of its size, and it becomes like that. See, so it looks a lot more like a little grate, you know, on the side of the building. Nice little place where water flows in. That is a little bit smaller than I ideally would like. So we're going to size it up a little bit higher. We're going to make it 15% of its size, like that. So see, that's a little bit better. I mean, we want it big enough that a rat can go in and out, right? I mean, this is the city. This is a big modern city, so we need that big enough that a rat can go in and out of it, and a cat can go in and out of that chasing the rat, right? So we'll put that there. Now, got our apartments here. In some ways, I almost hate to do too much build out because I just know I'm going to change a bunch of it. I might use these particular screens on another apartment, like maybe this one here. Oh, I've got to adjust the balconies for these apartments. During an earlier video, I was working out how to have wash basins and clotheslines, of course, for our street scene, our realistic street scene. And ended up taking my original design, kind of making the balcony a little bit wider. And it is a little bit wider than I think you would typically find for this sort of apartment. A little bit. But what can I say? It does enable us to have a full clothesline that way, and the Sims can actually use this stuff. And that is super important to me. So I went ahead and just changed it around a bit. I do like for everything to work as much as possible when I'm building something. I don't really build, you know, just a diorama, right? Just something that looks good. There's nothing wrong with that. That is completely fine. If that's someone's kind of deal and that's what they like doing. I like for everything to work. And in the case of these apartments, I wanted them to try to be pretty authentic. That's why the bathroom was out here on the balcony. I saw so many of these older, less expensive apartments like this, like just a single room where, yeah, you went on the balcony and your only plumbing was out here on the balcony. So you had a sink, you had a bathroom in here typically, and I can't wait to get these because I'm going to swap them out, squat toilet. So squat toilet will go in there too. And then you did have a lot of these apartments where the only windows were back here. There was nothing on the sides. Now this apartment's lucky. They got a big full side wall, so got a lot of windows there. But I think we'll go with that. Let's see here. Now, let's look at moving some more of this stuff around. Let me have this. Down here on this floor, we're going to have a grocery market. So I'm going to put the dumpster, I think, behind the grocery market, although really one back behind the nightclub and the restaurant also makes sense. So I might end up doing two of those. I need kind of a door back here as well for access in and out of the grocery market. Let's see what kind of door we could use. Got this. I always think that kind of looks a little sort of, like a kind. I mean, I know it's for like a trailer, or something. But see, doesn't that look like, like you would leave a grocery store, you go out that back, take the garbage out. And then I think we will go ahead. We're going to grab another one of those and bring it over here. I have to admit, I don't know that I actually saw any of these dumpsters, in the videos and stuff I was watching. I really don't think that I did. But I'm going to go ahead and put them here because it's what we've got in game, and I do think there's a certain sort of realism to it. Now, the thing with the nightclub and this particular restaurant is, they are both newly placed. They're new to this street. I don't know if I should leave kind of worn out door there for going in and out or not. I think I will. I think I will leave it worn out. I also don't think I have room here to put a door. I don't for the nightclub. And it doesn't really matter because you couldn't get out here anyway. So I guess we will just put a door for the restaurant. Now, this is really a pretend restaurant, although I am tempted to make it work. The only bad thing is in order for it to work, you would have to switch the lot to, a restaurant. And then they're going to want to set Sims at every single table spread all over this whole lot to try to bring them food. So I don't think I'm going to go that route. But one thing we could do is we could maybe put a stall here. That way it would, in fact, work. Let me have that. Do. That there. We'll just get those out of my way. They're a little distracting. Pull that out, pull that out. So I want to look at the stalls we've got here, see if there's anything that would suffice. I know there is. I really don't have to worry about it too much. There's usually something we can put in. Got these nice sand maishuna. We got Indian food stall. We got Chinese food stall. We got a Filipino food stall. Mexican tea and hot drinks. American style. Japanese vegetables and ingredients. Vegetable and ingredients. Now I'm going to put one of those out real quick. I actually, I'm doing a grocery market over here. I think it's going to be too big to work. It'd be nice because it'd be kind of realistic to have something like that you could go in and actually buy vegetables from, but I think we're going to have to wait. So let's see here. Then we've got Moroccan, Vietnamese, tea, uptown. So I'm thinking, let's do Vietnamese. maybe like this. I mean, this will work. I've done stuff like this before, you know, to kind of replicate a food stall or a restaurant. I don't like the fact that this is going to stick up into the apartment above it. But I don't think that there is anything smaller to use here. And we'll see real quick. I don't think there is. We've got... Oh, you know what? We do have the cafe or the thrift tea bubble tea counter. Now that's very cool. And that's something where we can hire a vendor to come in. There used to be a long time ago a mod also that you could hire vendors for free. The game usually charges you $100. So that works. We've got that is a little bit. Yeah, that would work. Uptown Gourmet, Uptown Cupcakes, Uptown Japanese Food, Uptown Food Stall. Let's go with that. There should be right here. Here it is. We got the cafeteria. It's kind of too big though. So we won't do the cafeteria. So that leaves just the bubble stall. The bubble stall. Yes, the bubble tea stall. Or this Japanese food. We also have stuff like this, like fish and things. But again, I think it's too big. Sticks up past the wall. Got a barbecue shack, too big. So about all we have to work with is going to be one of the uptown stalls. Do. Can move it back like that a little bit. It's kind of annoying that it sticks out there, but maybe somehow I could stand it. Let's see. Do that. We're going to test that real quick. I know I've used it before, but I always go through and test it again anyway, just to be sure. I got those lovely Twinkies there on the counter. Those are always good to eat forever. They last forever, right? We'll go here into play mode, and we're going to hire a vendor, and we're going to have him come over here. He's very energized right now. Once that vendor gets here, we'll look at ordering some food. There they come. Does it stick up above? Nope. Now, I kind of put this pizza sign out here like they were going to sell pizza. So I might have to change that. You know, it does have kind of a Japanese sign here, though. That looks vaguely Japanese. So maybe a Japanese food stall does work here. I don't know how often they eat Japanese food in Thailand, right? I really have no idea. But I know that ramen is ramen, noodles are noodles, right? So we're going to go ahead and he's going to order a bowl of noodles there. Now, my idea was that people could eat here on these counters. I'm going to put some clutter there. Okay, that works. That works just beautifully. So we're going to finish out our particular restaurant here. We're going to give it kind of a brand new, newly built type of look. By incorporating, I really wanted to put some cabinetry here, but I'm a little worried about blocking his door. So it has to be something that does not block the door, that's for sure. Let's take a look and see what we have to work with. Somehow I lost that big old thing there. Wonder how. Don't know. Is it still over there, that little one? No, it's not there. So it disappeared somehow. Somehow, whatever I did caused it to pop off the wall there and disappear. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We can just add those last, right? Last thing we do. What I wanted to do was put in kind of a sink area, like a cleanup area back here. And in fact, we're going to pull up show everything. Show all. We'll grab the dine out stuff. Like this sink is what I'm thinking, right? Because it has a very kind of kitchen kind of look to it. We really don't need anything else, for a stall like this. But I might try to pull a few more things in here. I actually like that sign better than this one. We're going to take that one away. And let's see what else kind of get to eat, get to dining stuff here we might be able to use. Because again, like I said, I wanted to put in some stuff that would make this look like kind of a condiments area, like with napkins and, cutlery, stuff like that. Things you're going to add to your food. So we'll throw that stuff up there. That's about it. I'm kind of running out of stuff here to put in. Let's see. That's okay though. It's a few things. It's not the end of the world. It's a few things. I wonder if I put like these shelves here to cover that up, if it will kind of inhibit his passage in and out, because I'm really worried it will. I could set it into the wall maybe a little bit. Again, using the tool mod, the ever popular tool mod. We could maybe take something like that or like this and put here and then slide it back so it's like a really shallow cabinet. And we could do it, actually just put two of them here. Then we have some storage, for food and stuff, things like that, right? I might try to come up with something over here too. Again, you're going to have like just a real crowded sort of little tucked in kitchen area for this stall. He went in there to eat. He's going to sit down there in the lounge in the nightclub, have some of the delicious noodles. Actually, I love noodles. I actually really do love ramen. So now we don't want to move these cabinets along the x-axis. We want to move them along the y-axis. So we'll start with 0 for x. And along the y-axis, oh boy. Or we're not moving it towards y. We're moving it away. So we'll use negative. I don't want to move it very far, because I don't want to stick through the other side. Let's say 15% of a grid box, like that. And it's not coming through, right? Or is it? Is that it right there? I think that is it right there. It did come through a little bit. Or is that this thing? Whatever it is, it looks okay. Let's stick with that. The screen is still working. So our background here in our nightclub is still working. It's still running. I love this, by the way. This came with like the Moschino pack. and the photographer career. And it is one of the best backdrops for a nightclub like ever. Totally the best. Let's go ahead and do this one. We'll move it 0 along the x-axis and a negative 15% of a grid box on the y. So then it looks like we have enough room here, right? We can get into these cupboards by this sink. And there we go. I don't know. Can he walk back here? He can get in and out through there. So hopefully that guy can too, right? Okay. So let's look real quick and see if we can hang some stuffs. Oh, gosh, Jason. Some stuff on the wall here. Let's look for some wall stuff that will work for a restaurant, right? We want some stuff that will work for a restaurant. Oh, this maybe. Nice little mop bucket tucked in here. Clean stuff up with. In fact, do we have that under the sink already? I don't think so. I can put it over here. Now, it's a little crowded there for real life. You'd have to move that to get into that bottom cabinet. But I think it gives you the idea of kind of what's going on there. So we're going to do that. And let's see if we have anything else. We can use this, of course. Again, we're going to put it over here. And if it seems a little crowded, that is okay. A lot of kitchens are kind of crowded, actually, truth be told. We'll put that there. The other stuff here, what else do we have? City electrical box. Let's see if we can find someplace to put it. I put it down here. Or we could put it back over here. Maybe by the hotel, right? Do that. So far, I haven't used any of this stuff that I went through so much trouble to find. I don't need the bubble tea place, but man, I like having it. And it really suits the vibe. I think I'm going to put it over here in the market somehow. I think I'm going to put it over here in our market to serve tea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that over there. And we don't need these cabinets. Oh, shoot, there went my Twinkie. Should I bring it back? Let's bring it back. I don't want to lose that. Cream snack cake. I'll put it there. I'm saving that for later for a snack. So, I'll put it over there. Let's see here. I think there's more stuff that will kind of hang from the wall. I hope so. I'm almost positive there is. I'm just going to have to remember where it is. Stuff like, the knives hang on the wall, spices, stuff like that. Let's grab that real quick. I could use that somewhere, maybe. Pull that out. Ooh, let's grab those. We're going to put that out there with that stuff, and let's kind of put them here by the garbage. Well, maybe they're over there in the other kitchen stuff area, right? There's kitchen stuff everywhere, but maybe what I'm looking for That always works pretty well. A little bit of an industry here. We'll put that there. Kind of work that in somewhere, somehow. I'm really not looking for general stuff like that. I was going to do like go through like this build by catalog later. Let's go ahead and skip over here real quick because I just wanted to find some stuff to go on the wall here for now. And somehow I don't know where it is. It's making me crazy. Now we could use this stuff, right? Again, it's kind of condiments. I think these come in red. Yeah, we got a red one there. Do. Put that there. Again, I wanted it to be silverware. That actually is silverware. So that works very nicely. You know what? I think it is here. Maybe it's just a lot closer to the bottom than I realized because it's kind of expensive. Let's see here. Actually, let's try this. Let's filter items because I think it was all in the cool kitchen pack that I'm kind of looking for anyway, and then base game. So I'm going to filter first by stuff packs. Let's see here, cool kitchen. And let's look at everything. There we go. That was easier. That's kind of what I'm looking for there. I wanted to put in, like, you know, a spice rack kind of here. I guess it's going to be a little tough because we're kind of putting it on the back of what's not a wall. It looks like a wall, but it's not a wall. Put in uh-oh. I guess we could leave that there. Let's put that one there. And then maybe we'll go ahead and draw out the wall here. Like so. Then we can put some knives here on the wall. That kind of gives the impression of being a dual rack, you know, where you can hang utensils and knives. It does not work perfect, as you can see, but I think it works okay, and I do that a lot. I think it's kind of cute. So we're going to put that there. I'm going to grab these flowers and put them up front here somewhere. Now we could use something else back here. Let's grab this shelf. And where is it? There it is. We'll put another one there. They should be able to get past that okay. Now it does have some of that, you know, move stutter, the move objects on stutter. This is really, really simple to solve though with the tool mod. We're going to just scale one of them. Either one works to like 0.999, you know, so it's like 1/100th of itself smaller, right? Which you can't even tell it is smaller, but then it's just small enough that it doesn't intersect the top of that particular shelf next to it. So then we're good to go with that. We're going to take Few more decorative items here. This sort of stuff. Let's put some raw ingredients up on the shelf. And maybe someone's hat. Someone left their hat there. Maybe that's a work hat. Maybe it's what the workers wear. We'll put the hat there. That's a business hat. We do have these. I'm going to put this out here in the front room. Again, in the area for to-go orders, to grab condiments and stuff on their way out. Put a big deal with it later box over here. That would be my favorite thing at work. Deal with it later. I'll put that there. And I don't know. Let's see. This could also work out front. I know we've got a few other. There it is. That I'd like to use those. Let's put. We'll make it a little bit smaller. We'll put a few different varieties there. Change one to orange and one to green. So that's not too bad. You know, that's starting to flesh out our restaurant pretty well, I would say. Throw some paper towels up there. And I don't know if I want to use this tea. You know what? I'm going to use it in two places. I'm going to put one here and one over here in the grocery store. I was about to say I didn't know if I wanted to use it one place or the other, but we'll just use it in both. So we'll put it there. We'll put a little table or something there since that is a tea stand. We'll put the tea there beside it, kind of give the idea. We're going to take this and put it up there. Put that right there. It's a little tight. So can I move these down here? I guess not. So let's take that out. Move this here. We'll put this up here by it. And then if I come across some stuff that will kind of work down here in addition to what I've got, then we can kind of swap it out, go with something different. There. And we're going to make that bigger. I don't know. I hope that does not interfere with sim routing to have those big flowers there. That's my hope. If it does, I may have to move it. I might move it anyway. Let's go ahead and give it a really bright green color. There were a lot of really vibrant colors in the builds I saw for Thailand. You know, in businesses and places like that. Very, very nice. That's like I said, that's why I really kind of like the modern kind of Thailand, you know. Let's haggle. He says he's tense because he doesn't feel like he gets to do anything. Here we are out on the town having dinner, buddy. Gosh, quit bitching. Oh, he doesn't want to haggle, though. Did you just wave me away? I'm already losing money at these. Sure you are. Sure you are. You've raised prices 7 times in the last 6 months. This is the McDonald's of my game right here, right? Let's see here. Let's go with Dango. Make sure he can get his food there. Now, once the new pack gets here, of course, I'm going to, you know, designate it as apartments, and we'll have a lot more Sims here. and it'll hopefully look a little bit more like a real kind of street scene. Let's see. Might hire a mixologist while we're at it. Woo, there's a lot of stuff still to deal with those telephone poles and stuff, but should be okay. I think we're getting there. Starting to get some of the groove going on. There's our bartender showing up. We're going to have him try ordering a drink from the bar. Order our favorite drink, whatever that may be. Don't know why it's his favorite. We'll see what it is here. Is it my favorite? I don't know. She leaving already? That's it? You're done? Didn't I just pay $100 for you to be here? What are you doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? I know what she's doing. She's walking her way into being put into a box and killed. Where is she going? What is she doing? I don't know what she's doing. I can't figure this out. Oh, she's telling me she likes the chair. Well, that's nice. I'm glad you like it. It's cheap. It was $10. Found it outside. Found it the last day of a garage sale. Why aren't you over here? Right? I guess that's it. Hire a mixologist is already one on the lot. Can I? Boast. Okay, well, she's done. So that's what I get for hiring someone at random off the street. I should, yeah, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, and it's cool for now. I think for now we are at a good stopping place. I got to go have some lunch, take care of some household duties, and then when I get back, wait a minute, is she going back to work? Finally? Oh, yay, okay. Real quick. But when I get back later today, I'm going to do some more building on this, see where we're going next. Now, let's see if we can order a drink. Order a drink. Order our favorite drink. I better speed this up. Hurry before she leaves again. She thinks every 5 minutes her break. Come on. Pretty nice little lounge here. I'd love to have one of these like right outside my apartment, you know. This is too high though. I don't know how that bounced up like that, but it's a little bit too high. She's not a very good bartender. She's just dropping everything. Maybe if you stayed on the job instead of wandering around the lot, get a little more. Zebra Fizz says it's excellent quality though, so I'm gonna give her a break. I'm gonna cut her a break. Let's lower this particular thing down. I think that's kind of close. I think it's just slightly off, but better than where we were. Okay, so that's it for me now. I'm going to have to break for a little bit today. I'm going to have to go take care of the sort of stuff I have to take care of for my son. Incoming discovery quest. All Sims have needs. Solve needs and get rewards. I don't know how I feel about these quests, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. But the thing is, all of this stuff we know how to do. And now it's just set it up as kind of a goal. I don't know. It feels very like mobile game to me. And just like a tutorial. Basically, it's just a tutorial, which is fine. It should maybe be a tutorial for when you're new to the game and you're first playing. I don't know if I need it. But what I do need is a break. I'm going to go grab some lunch. And please hit like, subscribe, and notify. I will be back later. And in the meantime, as always, let me get over here. As always, thanks for watching.